CSIR Fellowship. And he has also graduated with the gold medal and Order of Merit. He has to his credit more than 25 plus years of teaching, research, and administrative experience to his credit. He started his career as a senior lecturer in botany at Pi System and Solutions, New Delhi. Then he served as assistant professor of botany at Akash Institute of New Delhi. Then he served for a few years at Biophysics Department of Yuvarajas College, Mysore, and now at RV College of Engineering, Bangalore. He is a professional and non-professional member of many associations related to biotechnology, and he has been awarded CSIR JRF Fellowship. He has been shortlisted for Shyam Prasad Mukherjee Fellowship. He is qualified for GATE, and he obtained Order of Merit and Gold Medal during his master's degree. And he is also guided the final year BE biotechnology students to complete their research project sponsored by KSCST, Karnataka State Council for Science and Technology, under Student Project Program. The project was judged the best project of the year 2015, and Innovation and Engineering Award has been awarded in Karnataka State, organized at Bangalore Bio Innovation Hub, and it's also been awarded Best Research for Innovation by Srishti from Karnataka State Science and Tech Award, Karnataka State Science and Tech Award, wherein which he obtained a third prize, and also the winner of Phytophil Fog Innovation Award, and he obtained 3 patents to his credit and more than 50 publications published in various nationally, internationally reputed journals, and more than 100 papers presented in various conferences, seminars, etc. And he also organized more than 50 plus conferences, seminars, and he also published a good number of books in the area of life sciences and pharmaceutical area. And he has been obtained a good number of research projects sponsored by UGC, DBT, Biocare, AICTE, KSTA, NMFA, MOFP, etc. And most of his projects have got judged as the best projects. And he's also into curricular activities like he's serving as Executive Council member, as editor of the departmental magazine, and Mr. Talent Award of the year 98 in open competition at Kanpur University, and university and college team representation in football and Kho championship. And he won many awards in open debate, essay, and drama competitions at various phases in his academic career. With this brief, I welcome undoubtedly Professor Ashwani Sharma sir to this online lecture session on behalf of all the participants through online, and also on behalf of the MMPTC Center Institute of Mysore. And now, sir is going to lecture on the topic in this session on conception, perception, and inception. And today, on the last session from 3:45 on the topic Vanaspati, Jeevan Ya Vigyan. Over to Sharma sir. Please, sir.
Thank you, sir. Very special mention to Swami sir for giving me this opportunity. And I'll be grateful to Mysore for many things, because my bread and butter is from Mysore University. My PhD is from CFTRI, and it's always an honor. Coming directly to the business, Indian knowledge system, very interestingly, if I say Indian knowledge system, do understand, it is a walk of life. I am audible, everybody? If anybody can tell me, yes, I am audible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, audible.
Yes, audible.
Fine. Do understand, Indian knowledge system is not that yes, today we do, tomorrow we don't do. It is a Sanskrit based. It is very tough. It is for the people who are a specific scholar of Brahmin, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudras, nothing like that. Please break all these shells at the back of your head. It not necessarily you should be Sanskrit scholar to know Indian knowledge system. It's a walk of a life. When I say this, being an Indian, let us have a proud privilege of being an Indian. And India is the only country where we have something called as systems and knowledge. No other country has both the things together. Either they have application, or they have perception, or inception, or conception. We are the people who have all PICs together: perception, inception, conception. So, moving interestingly, Rig Veda talks about Bhadrayam Sumato Yatem. Let us strive for the wisdom that leads to welfare of all. Ram Rajya ki Kalpana. Arthashastra talks about welfare state. Anything, everything you talk about is very much bestowed within India itself. What is the oldest and the first name of India? Anybody can answer me? It should be dialogue. It will not be monologue. I'm very clear on this point. What is the
Akhanda
oldest?
Bharat,
Okay.
Sir, Bharatavarsha,
Next. Good. Nice answer. Anybody else? Very
Bharatavarsha,
next.
Sir,
Jambu-
Bharatavarsha,
Bharatbhasa.
Next. No, somebody told Jambu Dvipa. Who was the person who told?
Me, sir, Vijayendra Shane.
Thank you. All mantras start with Jambu Dvipa, Bharat Khande. Bharat comes Khande afterwards. We are the Jambu Dvipa. Across globe, anywhere you go, the first mantra starts with Jambu Dvipa. We are the Jambu Dvipa. If you say Jambu means group, same thing is written in Indian Constitution, Article 13. Somebody asked, what is the state? Piece of land with set of people, which is already written in Rig Veda called as Jambu Dvipa. My entire conception to teach you or make you enlighten is, I'm not going to make you master anywhere. What my entire concept is to make you understand what we have already. What we have already. I'm not taking you anything. Other people, if you mute, it will be easy for me to continue. So interestingly, when I say I'll not teach you anything new, ki haan, something new we will learn. No, I'll just make you to realize it what you have already. Okay. Somebody said, what I am seeing right now, right side of my.
the map of India.
Interesting. What is this?
Akhanda Bharat.
Thank you.
Akhanda Bharat.
Moving from this small piece of land to Akhand Bharat is nothing else but Bharatiya Gyan Parampara. That is what I am trying to make you to understand it. This is whatever the entire perception, inception, conception is. Believe me, I am just taking a peck of a sand below your feet to make you understand this is what I am going to take you. When I say this, do understand, when we get up in the morning, many people do get up from the bed, they touch the ground and they say, Karage vaste Lashmi kar madhe, Saraswati karmulet Govinda prabhate, Kardarshanam samudra vaste Devi parvatistan mandale, Krishna murari tripurantikari bhanu. If you see all this, it takes care of all your 9 planets, entire cosmos, entire thing of yours. That is what within you is. That is what your entire inception or perception is. That is where the thing comes, Indian knowledge system. And when I say Akhand Bharat, please understand, Akhand Bharat was not that piece of land. North had Himalayas, South had Indian Ocean, East was Burma, West was Afghanistan today's. Sir, who says Afghanistan? If you see in Mahabharat, Gandhari, wife of Dhritarashtra, came from Gandhar. Gandhar name come from there only. The princess of Gandhar was Gandhari. That was the territory. Because of attacks and many of the things which were not in our control made this such a big land into a very small landmass. And do understand every part. In Hindi we say, कोस पे पानी बदले 5 कोस पे बानी. Do understand, at every mile the taste of water changes, but every 5th mile the dialect changes. If you move from east to west, north to south within your own territory, you can see the change in the language. So every region has a common cultural, literary and social practices. If I ask people, which is your home deity, you will tell me X. If I tell you which was X, whichever, I am not talking about religion, caste, creed, please understand. Remove all that dresses around you. Oh, I am a Hindu, I am a Muslim, I am a Sikh, I am a Isai. No. First, you are a Sanatani. Sanatani does not mean Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai. Sanatani means you are an individual by itself. And do understand, in this east, west, north, south, there was a continuous exchange of ideas and people throughout Bharat. And interesting example I'll give you, Chanakya. Anybody, what is the original name of Chanakya?
Kautilya.
Okay. Original name.
Vishnu Sharma.
Vishnu Sharma wrote Panchtantra. Vishnu Gupta. Interestingly, if you see, he was the one who took his education from Takshila, west part, and established Mauryan Empire in the eastern part, Patliputra, which is called today as Patna. Panini, Sanskrit grammarian from Gandhar, has made to spread the entire Vyakaran across Akhand Bharat. Many foreign travelers have talked about Fayyan, and believe me, we Indians don't appreciate our own thing. That is the reason we are losing the ground of everything. Please understand, nobody else will come to rescue you. Nobody will else come to rescue you. And when I am telling it, I am talking about human being. I am not talking about Hinduism, Sikh, Muslim or anything. Please understand. This was Akhand Bharat, whichever entire orange color region you are seeing. And today you see we talk about this. Can we conglomerate this? Please, I always say 1 by 140 crore India is mine, 1 by 140 crore India is yours. You take care of 1 by 140 crore, I will take 1 by 140 crore. I don't think so anybody else is needed to rescue us. We will take care of our own self. India is over. Second part was knowledge. Spiritual, religion, social and day-to-day issues. Ask yourself, whenever we go to food, whenever we go to temple, more specifically, what for we go to temple? Anybody? What for we go to temple? What for we go to temple?
To worship.
Why at home we cannot worship? Why we cannot worship at home?
Vibration.
Sir, we have from birth to death we have our own vibrations. Why we have to go to temple?
ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ನೆಮ್ಮದಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ.
Sorry, sir.
ಮನಸ್ಸಿನ ನೆಮ್ಮದಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ.
Voice is not clear, Rajana.
Mind peace, sir.
Why at home we don't have? When you see your children, you don't get mind and peace.
ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತೊಂದರೆ ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬೋದು ಅಂತ.
Okay.
Or concentration, sir. Concentration.
Concentration. Right now also we have, na? Every
Sir,
fraction of a second we have a concentration.
We are continuing our culture, sir.
So okay. Why in the name of culture going to temple? Where it is written? In which culture it is written go to temple? Is it written?
Our parents used to do that one, so we are following that one.
So cut and paste. What is the purpose? What is the significance? We are very scientific, right? For everything we question, right? Why we go to temple? Okay, I will ask you a very simple question.
Positive mindset.
Interesting. All answers are perfect.
Temple architectures are suitable for peace of mind and meditation.
Okay. Then why we say yes, my house is a temple? This is what I'm trying to understand it. This is what I'm trying to convey to you people. Let us not find outside. I ask, when we say air is everywhere, why we need AC? Air is everywhere, right? Why we need AC? Why we need AC?
To regulate temperature.
Air is regulating around us, na? Same thing. Madam has little touched onto it. Same thing is here. There is somewhere where concentration is more. Where concentration is more. Because somewhere energy gets concentrated. For that concentration, you reach to somewhere where your internal cosmos and external cosmos can merge. That is where we talk about. Spiritual does not mean to close your eyes and all. I have seen very good spiritual people who are very good dancers. Spiritual does not mean sit in the temple and do bhajanam. No, nothing like that. Anywhere you sit, that becomes your kshetra. Kshetre dharmam kuru. You do your dharma. Believe me, that is spirituality. You be honest to yourself. Two things I always want to tell you people, and I'm trying to convey. In every talk, wherever I go, I try to convey certain messages. Please, two things you follow, you will never have a problem in your life. First, live in present. Live in present. Either we live in past or live in future. Past, I think that was better. I am suffering now. Future, what will happen to my old age? What my son will do? What my daughter will do? What my husband will do? Live in present. Second thing, which is very important, is be happy. What you have, many don't have. What you have, many don't have. Please follow these two lines. Bharati Gyan Parampara starts there only. Indian knowledge system starts from there only. I ask you people, I know most of us used to touch the feet of our parents when we get up in the morning. How many of us have inculcated the same habit to our children? No, sir, generation has changed. Generation gap. Do you think 5 liters of blood in our body and 206 bones have changed in our body? And we say, no, sir, Sanskriti, I respect English should be there. English will give you food. English will give you a job. English will give you everything in your life. But when you want recognition, when you want value system, when you want something beyond cosmos, that will give you Sanskriti. Why we call Atal Bihari Vajpayee a great? Why we call APJ Abdul Kalam great? They have written their Sanskriti. My simple logic to all of you. Please, day-to-day life, renovate yourself. You don't need any individual to teach you Bharati Gyan Parampara. We always see, for example, I don't know how many people are from Karnataka here. When we go abroad, I meet a person who is a Kannadiga, and if I start talking in Kannada, no, they speak in English to us. I basically from UP. When I go somewhere and start talking in English, it pains me a lot. Seema madam, who is there? Please switch off your audios. It's a request. So my only concept here to all of you is, please follow what we have. And talking about Indian knowledge system and not talking about a person, R. Shyama Shastri, Oriental Library, Mysore, I think I will doing injustice to it. Kautilya is the person. Please, if you get a chance, not necessarily you should know Sanskrit. Arthashastra, I think it is available in more than 17 translations. Please, and every day one university starts every morning called as WhatsApp University. Anything I want to convey, I will write Chanakya said this. Sorry, everything Chanakya has not said. My only thing to you is, if you want how a country should run, how your organization should run, more importantly, how your house should run, everybody should read something called as Kautilya's Arthashastra. Believe me, what a concept, Saptanga theories. He said how the king should be. When I say king, how the head of the family should be. How mantri, amatya, how they should be, means how the people around that head of the family should be. How the janpad should be. Janpad means territory with whom I interact. How the durg, fort should be. When I say how my house should be. Danda, what should be the punishment? Please understand 7 things the way he has told. I don't think so anybody can touch upon. For different set of people, different set of punishment, different set of penalties are there. Everything was not money. Everything was not jail. Everything was not corporal punishment. But everything was there. Fantastically he has covered. What a vision he has. And he was the one who said yes, corporal punishment should be there. He was the one said when king should be absolute ruler and when he should be the servant of a society. Having been said this and interesting story is there for Shyama Shastri, how he got in Mysore, one farmer plowed the field and he got that, and based on that, he total 15 chapters are there. First 2 chapters are the longest. 15th is the 6th is the smallest chapter. And when I say this, do understand this gives us something holistic picture how the family should be. Anybody who really want to enter into Indian knowledge system, this is the perfection. And second thing that everybody should study, I will come back, that is Bhagavad Gita. So Indian knowledge over third system. Whatever knowledge we have, codify it. Everybody talks about coding, decoding, artificial intelligence, machine learning. Please decodify it. And every part is interconnected. You cannot grow in silos. That is the reason we have something called a society. You are good in one, respected. But you say, I am only good, sorry. There only the concept comes, perception. You have a perception you are good. But when you say you are only good, that perception leads to disillusion. That damages your entire perception, that damages your entire paraphernalia, what you are growing with. So Indian knowledge system is based on three things, RIE, R-I-E. Revelation, intuition, and experience. And that's the reason always I say, whatever I grow, I cannot grow more than my father. I cannot grow more than my mother. You may say, yes, they may not be literate according to you. Do understand they are very literate, but they are not educated, but they are very much literate. You are very much educated, but you are not literate because you don't have a common sense. They have a common sense. Believe me, always I say, why you need veterans or elder people in your home? Because in Ramayana also you have a Jamvant who will tell every time Hanuman, this is energy levels you have. Every Ram Sena, every Vanar Sena needs one Jamvant because every Sena has Hanuman. In your family also, you need Jamvant who should drive you. In your workplace also, you need one Jamvant who should push you. Hope all of you know Jamvant and Vanar when I am talking to you. Jamvant, he was a bear in the Vanar Sena of Rama who told Hanuman what his Shaktis are, what his energies are, what his potentials are. Please understand. And always I say, if energy of youth and the vision of veterans are merged, miracle will happen. If this country has to grow, two things are needed. Power of youth, energy of youth, and vision and mindset of veteran people are there. Believe me, miracles will happen. That is what his revelation is. When something hesitant is being known, that Jamvant can do for you. Your father knows better than you what you are. But we say, no, generation gap. Intuition, ability to know something without analytical reasoning. That is what you always, mothers have sixth sense. 1,000 children are crying, mother can make out, yes, this is my child's cry. She will go and pick the child and experience. That's the reason always I say, it is never ending process. Till your deathbed, you experience everything. And best way of experiencing is just observing, not analyzing. Always I say people, be very analytical in your approach. Don't be judgmental in your approach. Most of us are suffering, most of us are in a pain because we are judgmental in nature, we are not analytical in nature. Be analytical in nature, you will grow faster. You don't have to be judgmental for everything. So when I say this, there is ideal life, and do understand, when I say ideal life is Purusharth. Every individual, when I say Purusharth, does not mean male. Purusharth means anything you are driven with a cosmos of energy. That is Purush. This Purush is driven by four things. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Please understand, Dharma does not mean Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Isai. Dharma means Kshetre, Dharmam Kuru. Whichever part you are, whatever is your material religiosity is, wherever you are, be a very good father, be a very good husband, be a very good son, be a very good daughter, be a very good mother, or whatever paraphernalia you are, please be there in that. That is your dharma. Artha. Artha does not only means money. Artha means how you interpret the things. Kama, sense gratification. Yes. If you can control your senses, believe me, 95% things will never hit your heart. You will never get a heart attack. Sense gratification, no. For everything, if you get perplexed, for everything, if you get tensed, for everything you become happy, it leads to something. And ultimately is moksha. People say, no, sir, moksha, for moksha, old age is there. Interesting part, people say, no, in old age is there for that. We don't know what will happen tomorrow and we are bothered about old age. Today is a moksha, attain it. People say, no, sir, I'll wear this new dress on my birthday. Today is your birthday. I want to wear it today. Today is the first day. Today is the first day for rest of the life. Today is the last day for the past life. Please understand. Enjoy it. Don't bother, no, sir, what will happen? No. This, I will go to this hotel on my marriage anniversary. Arey Guru, celebrate it today, na yaar. Where will be marriage anniversary tomorrow? Kal ho na ho. And this is what is sustainability is. This is what is in the classical concept of ideal life has been connected to sustainable paradise today. We talk about sustainability, United Nations 17 SDGs, social, economical, and environmental. If I manage society, economics, and environment, this balanced cosmos is called as sustainability. Those who are from life sciences, they can understand when I say biosphere, hydrosphere, lithosphere, and atmosphere. Air, water, and land, I merge it, that becomes a biosphere. Sustainability is also this. Sustainability is a very small component, but that small component has a very big impact because society is there, money is there, and surrounding is there. If I take care of Artha, Dharma, Kama, Moksha, if I take care of society, economics, environment, believe me, I will attain moksha. That moksha is nothing else but sustainability. And interestingly, Indian system of philosophy had everything from very beginning. It is not today alone. Please understand. It is not today alone. That we have inherited. Again, I'm telling you. Now, I'll ask you very simple. Sir, how you say this? Everybody knew Rama, right? Rama was a god. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Rama
Yes,
was a
sir.
god and he knew where Ravan is. He knew his place.
Yes.
Then why he did not go directly attack Ravan and take the Sita back? Why he is asking to all the trees, all the plants in the forest, Hey Khag Mrag, Hey Madhukar Shaini, Kya Dekha Sita Mrag Naini? Why he is asking? Please understand. He wanted to feel and make it a point for everybody. Yes, human life is for sufferings. We connect it to karmas or whatever it may be. I can give you hundreds of examples like this. For example, when Krishna, by birth it was known he is a god, and at the age of 14, he killed his maternal uncle Kamsa. And when he went to free her mother from exile, what did her mother ask? You took 14 years to make us free. He said, Ma, this Janma, I took 14 years. In last Janma, you sent me for 14 years to the exile. That is the philosophy. That is the body of knowledge. That is the embodiment what we have. And it is not there only in people's society, it is only with Hindu, sorry. It is in Jain text, it is in Buddhist text. Please, Tripitakas are there, Bodhis are there, many things are there. And this concept of Indian knowledge system, when I connect to Indian philosophy, that is what we are humans are. Gyan, Vigyan, Darshan, all these makes something in a pattern manner that makes it something very realistic. And this is being part of our education, art, law, justice, commerce, manufacturing, daily life, anything you talk about, everywhere we have. Sir, why we study Indian philosophy? For very simple things, there are many. To find out, many people, when I asked why you will go to temple, concentration, peace, energy, all those things they told me. Same thing is the reason for that. When I say Bhagavad Gita, all of you tell yes, you have. But if I ask, when did you study last? They said no, they are kept in the puja room. Please, Bhagavad Gita is the thing that should be read daily. Please start reading on daily basis. Please start reading on daily basis. It is not a one-day business. And if I say Indian philosophy, it has been divided into 5: Vedic, epic, sutra, scholarly, and modern. And please understand, when I say Vedic, epic, the interesting thing is all have to be written in Sanskrit. Sir, why? It is highly structured language and very precise rule of grammar, thanks to Panini. I tell you, when I say mother, and what we call ma in Sanskrit, people are listening or they left?
Matra.
Matra. What is English for what we call brother in Sanskrit?
Bhratru.
Simple. Now you see, Matra and Bhratra have come from where? Sanskrit version of Bhratra and Matra. So what I mean to tell you is all the languages. Again, I'm not going into the, so Sanskrit is the oldest language, Tamil is the oldest language, all I respected. But do understand more precise rules of grammars and highly structured language is Sanskrit. It is phonetics. Every word has a meaning. For example, when I say Jyoti, Prakash, Roshni, Alok, all these are different forms of light. But when I say in English, only one word is there, that is light. That's such a clear gratification, such a clear-cut ratification, and such a clear-cut precision does not exist anywhere else except in Sanskrit. The roots of many European languages, including English, can be traced back. I just gave you example. Can it trace back to Sanskrit? And do understand, whichever today, and this Sanskrit is not yesterday's, 3500 BC. It has its own. Now people call it as, yes, now NPL and all, many NLPs programs are going on. All this, they drive, yes, it has to be derived from the roots of Sanskrit. So talking the four Vedas, all of us know, Rig, Yajur, Sam and Atharva. And each Veda is divided into mantras, Brahmans, Aranyakas, Upanishads. And mantras, as we have something called as from where Manush comes, human being. Manu is Mananam, reflection. That's only when man comes into picture. Mantra, when I say mantra, that gives us introspection of inner sense of mind. That is reason we chant mantras. That gives us energy. Riga is the oldest. Yajur, Karmakanda, Sam is music. Atharva talks about worldly affairs, and Atharva is the one that talks about the existence. That talks, yes, life existed. When I say Upanishads, I will just tell one or two. For example, Mundaka Upanishad. It has very simple. Kasminanu bhagvayo vignate sarvam idam vigyanti bhavati te. What is that by knowing which is everything is known? Interesting. That's what I asked you. When everywhere air is there, why we need AC? What is that by knowing which is everything is known? I told you example of Rama now. Rama knew everything. Still he behaved as if nothing is known. In the Chandogya Upanishad, we find a variation of it. Just as the knowledge of one slab of clay gives the knowledge of all the clays, what is that by knowing which everything else becomes known? This, the method of analogy. And interestingly, as a spider sent forth draws its threads, as herd grows on the earth, as hair grows on the human head and body, so also imperishable arise from universe. Chitijal Pava, Gagan Samira, Panch Tattva, our five Mahabhutas, Panch Mahabhutas in our body. They make our human body. Believe me, none of our human body components give rise to any of these five components. But all these five components give us our holistic system. And when I say this, imperishable arises the universe, that is what the theory in science we talk about, abiogenesis. Theory of biogenesis. All the living components have arisen from non-living components. But reverse does not happen. What science is telling in 18th century, 19th century, think it over, it is already written in Upanishads, it is already written in our Vedas. Please understand, Brahman does not mean that we claim about this a Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya. Brahma means, Braha means vast and expansive. Anything which is vast and expansive. So Brahmin refers to a priest, or more accurately, a scholar. Just that's it. It's not, yes, he is a Brahmin, he's more, no. This is, understand everything. Whatever I am telling, everything varies with Desh, Kal, Paristhiti. Place, situation, and time. Do understand. Time, place, and situation, everything changes. Arakyan is the philosophical portion, believe me. Vid means to know, from their Veda comes. Aranya means forest, and anything Aranakya means forest writing. In Ramayana, there is a one Kanda, Aranya Kanda, that talks about forest. It's the smallest Kanda in Ramayana. And do understand, most of the writings, whether you talk about Mahabharata, whether you talk about Ramayana, whether you talk about any of the Upanishads, most of them were written in jungles. And do understand, Upanishads, combination of three Sanskrit, Upa, Ni, Shad, near, below, and sit. That's the reason olden days, they didn't have like our laptop and all where to keep it. And these, our teachers, priests, anybody can tell me who was the teacher of Krishna? Guru of Krishna?
Sandipani, sir.
Sandipani. Thank you, sir. Very good, sir. And Rama's? Who was a teacher of Rama, Lord Rama?
Vasishta.
Prathamatilaka Vasishta Munikina. Correct.
Vasishta.
Vasishta. These saints have done very interesting thing. What they said? Yes, anybody, any of the students of these people who can mug up all the Vedas and they can recite to us all the 4 Vedas, that caste will be called as Chaturvedi. Person who can make it only 3 Vedas called Trivedi. Who can remember only 2 Vedas, Dvivedi. Who can remember 1 is Vedi. Anybody who can have mix of all became Mishra. And anybody who can not explain but knew everything became Gupta. And anybody who can do all homas properly and understand the philosophy behind it became Agnihotris. Are you getting it what I'm trying to tell you? How these derivations, I'm just telling you pick of a sand because it's very huge. Are you able to follow me what I'm trying to convey?
Yes.
Then there is a monism and non-dualism. Let us not go into it. There are 6 systems of philosophy: Nyaya, Vaisheshiki, Samkhya, Yoga, Purvamamsa, Uttarmamsa is called as Vedanta. And believe me, all Nyaya, entire today's law and constitution goes on this. Vaisheshiki talks about how the philosophy should be. Samkhya talks about the numerical system. Yoga is starting from Patanjali. Purvamamsa talks about intuition. Vedanta is, yes, everything has to come to fag end. And interestingly, Manu Smriti, one of the most controversial things, which is always, I'm not going into it. Brahman, Kshatri, Vaishya, and Shudra is the first one where the Manu has talked about where they should be based on. Again, I'm telling everything has changed from Desh Kal Paristhiti. I'm not telling it does not exist. I'm not telling it should not be practiced. I don't say yes. I do, as I told you, be very analytical in your approach. Don't be judgmental in your approach. And everything, we also have 4 things: Brahmacharya, Grahastha, Vanprastha, and Sannyasi. Same thing is there: student, householder, forest, and moksha, that is liberation. All thing has been in that way only. Here I'll give you a very classical example to make it much more simple for you. A man, when I say man, I'm talking about man, not human. Man asks chapati 4 times in his life. As a child, from a mother. When he grows, he asks chapati from sister. When he grows little, he asks chapati from the mother, from the wife. And when he grows old, he takes chapati from daughter-in-law. Please understand, chapati is the same, you are the same, but every time giver is changed. That is what is your brahmacharya, grahastha, vanaprastha, and sannyasi is. This is what have been the manifestation is. But the way Manu Smriti has been read and has been qualified is become a disaster now. And as yes, Bhagavad Gita, 2 only epics are there which have a huge significance in human mindset, that is Mahabharata and Ramayana. And looks like, yes, it was written post reigns of Ashoka and the end of the Mauryan Empire. And yes, it has held together both the traditions, religion and philosophy. Let me make it very clear here. Bhagavad Gita and Kautilya's Arthashastra are the 2 books which have been most qualified, ultra qualified, practiced, preached, read, experienced, PhDs. Each and everything is being done from business school of management to all the IIMs. Case studies, every shloka, every mantra, every chanting, many of the words in itself are the topics of the discussion for the case studies in the school of management. Bhagavad Gita, divine of song. And if you see here, there's something interesting. People connect to many things. If you see here, these 5 horses, they are your 5 sense organs. If you see Krishna here, that is Chitta. And this is the person, individual. So do understand 5 sense organs to that individual. What develops maximum is the chitta. And in this entire derivation, the person sitting up is Hanuman. Always I say this. What is so big significance of this? Significance lies in a very simple manifestation here. If I ask, Rama was Suryaputra. Rama was a Suryaputra. Sita was the Devi from land. In between, what was the connection? Between Surya and Earth, what is the connection? Who connects Surya to the Earth? Who connects Surya to the Earth? What is the connectivity? People are there or left?
Yes. Vayu.
Vayu. That is why Hanuman is there, Vayu Putra. See, that's what I'm trying to convey to you. See what a connectivity. Vayu Putra Hanuman. And that is the reason. He was very much loved by Rama, also very much loved by Sita also. And he was the one. That's what many places it is written. Yes, Krishna has not recited Bhagavad Gita only to Arjun. It has been told to, how many people have heard Bhagavad Gita originally? One was Arjun. Who else? Who else have heard Bhagavad Gita? Sanjay, very good. Who else?
Maybe
Do
Bhishma
understand. Bhishma, LA. Where
on
did
the
Bhishma
war,
hear?
in the warfield.
In the warfield, then everybody should hear, na? Then why I should say only Krishna and only why it is that Bhagavad Gita was, why it is the only discussion between Krishna and Arjuna, and in between somewhere Sanjay also says. So another person who heard was Dhritarashtra. And very importantly, the person who heard was Hanuman. Many places it is written, yes, Bhagavad Gita was supposed to be recited to Hanuman. Only reason became Arjuna here. That's the reason stories are also there. Yes, this chariot of Arjuna would have gone to ashes long back. And if you say, when first war was over, Krishna said to Arjun first, you get down. Arjun said, no, Krishna, you get down first. He said, no, get down. He made the Arjun to get down. Then he himself get down. And Krishna bows to Hanuman. Yes, Kelsa over. Work has been done. Immediately as Hanuman leaves that chariot, immediately turns into ashes. Arjuna was shocked. He said, yes, this has gone to ashes long back. Then he said, go see up. Who is sitting there? Hanuman. He is the one who is holding the entire chariot. That was Hanuman. That is what the Anjani Putra was. That is what the philosophy is. If I say Bhagavad Gita, 18 chapters are there, 1 to 6, 7 to 12, and 13 to 18. Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. When I say Karma Yoga means it's the path of liberation. Restrain your senses. Jnana Yoga and Raj Yoga. Raj Yoga is path of meditation. Jnana is practical reasoning. Please, that's the reason this generation, two places I really love this generation for a very simple reason. They have a reasoning power. During our time, whatever teacher said, yes, sir, you are correct. Now they don't listen. And we say, see, students don't hear. No, because they have built up a capacity of reasoning that we don't like. Because they are challenging our natural senses. Because they challenge our natural senses, so we don't grow. And interestingly, Bhakti Yoga, devotion. Please understand, concept of personal, intimate, and divinity is Bhakti Yoga. Manasa, Vacha, Karmana. Be committed. And always I say, don't commit to any god. Aham Brahmasmi. You are the creator of your own destiny. Be Mansa, Vacha, Karmana. Be honest to yourself. You don't have to be honest to the world. Please don't be. Please preference for the intimate form and gentle body. Please be very humble to yourself. When you are humble to yourself, automatically you will be humble to others also. Be very generous to yourself. You will be generous to others also. You don't have to find generosity outside. You may say, yes, sir, why me always? That is always a question. Aham Brahmasmi. When I say Aham Brahmasmi, yes, my entire gratitude is towards me only. Let us have a gratitude for myself. Because God has created me. I am entity of Him. It's the equation between me and Him, no third person. That is what the Bhakti Yoga talks about. This I will. Second period was scholarly period, 600 AD. Shankara, Ramanuja, and Madhava, all of you know. Shankara talks about Advaita. Ramanujam talked about qualified non-dualism, that is Visishta Advaita, and Dvaita, that is dualism. So non-dualism, dualism lies something called as qualified non-dualism. And this is the entire consideration. That's the reason Shankara talked about Nirguna. Whereas Ramanujam talked about ki yes, Vishnu exists. He is a divine preserver. Whereas Madhava said ki yes, Vishnu is the source of all creation and all ultimate object of devotion. And he said it's not an illusion. That is something called as Dvaita, Advaita, and Vishishta Advaita. Please understand. And all the things, I know people sitting, they follow the different realms, different regimes, different sects. All are great. All have flaws. All have pros. All have cons. That is what we have grown. Yes, Advaita has its own belief. Vishishta Advaita has own belief. Dvaita has all belief. Do understand. Everyone talked about the emphasis, views, and how God should be. Here also, everywhere it is the same. Like Ramanuja told, yes, bhakti is the only primary path. Whereas Shankara told, nothing. You cannot get bhakti without jnana. Whereas Madhava said, no, bhakti is the whole soul path of liberation. But interesting thing, all the three talked about liberation. Liberation means again moksha. Do understand. That is what the Gandhiji also says. There may be different paths, but ultimate destination is one. And do understand, nobody has enjoyed the destination ever. Everybody has enjoyed only the path. So do understand. Any devotion, anything moves only with one thing. That is the philosophy of being yourself, being oneself. Modern period, Vivekananda, Aurobindo, Mahatma Gandhi, Krishnamurti, Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. Please, if you want to read Vedanta and Vedanta philosophy in a modern world, please read the writings of Radhakrishnan. Ultimately, he has written. That's now I have I started realizing why on his name only Teachers' Day is celebrated. Many teachers fall on their birthday fall on 5th September. But why Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan? What a scholar! You talk about science, he talks. You talk about philosophy, he talks. You talk about religious sect, he talks about. He talks about Vedanta, he talks about. Talk about philosophy, he talks about. You talk about spiritualism, it's different. Two extreme whom I have written, Vivekananda to Radhakrishnan. If you can traverse, it's a fantastic. No doubt, Nobel laureate, Rabindranath Tagore. All of them are encyclopedia. All of them are university in itself. Now, sir, what do you think? What are the different ways to attain knowledge? This right side, what I wrote is the entire modern concept. Observe, ideate, hypothesize, validate, theory, and law. So as I told you, everything starts with observation. That observation comes to ideation. Ideation builds up something, hypothesis. This hypothesis, when validated, gives you a theory, and any theory which is proven naturally becomes a law. That's the reason all laws are natural. And all theories are scientific. And all theories which have become scientific have been validated. And e-validation have come from the questions. And all the questions have arises because of idea. And all the ideas have started from observation. This is what the concept comes in, which is written very much in our Vedas. Pratyaksha, Shabda, Upmana, Anuplabdhi, Arthapati, and Anumana. And that is what is there is. Pratyaksha Kim Pramanam. Which I can see, why you need a Pramana for that. That is the contact senses. Anumana, based on my previous experiences. Shabda means testimony. Knowing is Upmana. Conjuncture is the Arthapati. And anything, essence of the things is Anuplabdhi. Please understand, anything absence, yes, assume to be. That's the reason in entire mathematics goes in Anuplabdhi. Assume to be X. This is the entire, there is no other way. You ask anybody, how did you know? I have seen it. How you know? My previous experience says this. How do you know? Yeah, my Shastra says this. How you know? Yes, this example exists already there now like this. So you say anybody gives one of the 6 ways. Here also, in modern also, we move with only these 6 concepts that you call it as OIH VTL. Okay. This is me and this is you. Simple. And you see everywhere, we have all chakras. I'm not entering into those chakras and all of you are expert in that. You see something interesting. Satchidananda, ultimate bliss. It starts from very small center part, if you see, objective knowledge of physical world, behavior. If you see here, we have outer physical world, outer vital world, outer mental world, which is written towards my left side. Here, if you see, Anamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, Manamaya Kosha. From Anamaya Kosha, Pranamaya Kosha, and Manamaya Kosha, everywhere what is interfering is ego. Anamaya Kosha moves to Mooladhara. If you see, Pranamaya Kosha moves to Swadhisthana, Manipura, and Anhata. And Manamaya Kosha goes to Sastra, Agna, and Vishuddha. If I say Mooladhara leads to something called as Chitta. Chitta is connected to Samskara. This Chitta and Samskara, when connected, builds up very strong concept of intuition. Do understand this subconscious mind to the overmind builds up something called as supermind. And this connection of subconscious to overmind to supermind makes something called as Purushottam. Makes it something, anybody who is a Purushottam, Ananda. That is the reason Rama was only Purushottam. He was Sachidananda, ultimate bliss. Anybody who meets him, anybody he meets, everybody is into bliss. Whether it was Raman, whether it was Ahilya, whether it was Bali, whether it was Hanuman, or whether it was Sabri. Anybody. Understand. Sir, what is a blocking between supermind, chitta, and subconscious? Ego, 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 and ego. And do understand. Manam, again I am telling you, if you connect to this, if you can connect to this slide, if I ask people why you go to temple, Sachidananda. Sir, when I go to temple, I forget everything. I remain to myself. You might see people listening to bhajanas, they cry. What is happening? Their subconscious mind, chitta, mana, overmind comes to one place. And when that entropy comes to at one level, liberates energy. And whenever the energy is liberated, either they get goosebumps or they cry out or something uneven feeling happens that make them to attain a bliss. And when this attainment of bliss happens, that is called as Satchidananda. And how to attain this? These are the different schools. Vedas, Smritis, Darshan, Puranas, Vedang, Upvedas. I know people would have discussed on this. Many scholars, eminent people would have covered. I will not cover onto this. This is something interesting. This is something which is very close to me. Swabhava. People say Swabhava is personality. Personality means temperament. Dharma says the Gita is action governed by Swabhava, essential laws of one's nature. Do understand, Dharma means Dharma means Dharna, who keeps it. That is called as Dharma. And this Dharma is finally leading to your Prakriti. That Prakriti is making to Purushottam, and every Purushottam is known for his Para Prakriti. So do understand, when this Pravrati and Para Prakriti becomes spiritual, the personality becomes Jiva. Jiva means Prana. Do understand, Para Prakriti, Pravrati. Pravrati means this is my nature. Pravrati means habit. Prakriti means nature. Jiva means individual. Navriti means anything, yes, I don't want. If I ask people, are you able to follow me? Or I'm going somewhere. Are you people able to follow me? Nobody is there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Do understand. All of us have this. You says, I love sweets. So which one? Mysore Pak. I give you 1 kg of Mysore Pak to eat. After eating 300 grams, you will tell, I don't want. That is called as Nivritti. Equilibrium in activity. You are dying for that. Now you don't want. That is what you call it as spiritual personality, Jiva. Here, I will repeat this when I'll take in the class in the evening. There it comes connect to Ayurveda, so I'll not touch here anything more. This is the level of consciousness. Outermost is physical, in is vital, mental, inner mind, psychic. So somebody says, sir, I am a psychologist, I am a psychiatrist. Think it over, that person has to drive which path? That person has to move from physical to psycho level. Psychiatrist, it's not that easy to go into manas, chitta, conscious, subconscious. That's the reason those who do meditation, they may say, you ask them what use are black color, red color, brown color, maroon color, then they see ash color and they see light. When you are able to see a light during meditation, that is where you get a psychic. Where you forget where you are, what you are. So it is a bliss. It's a bliss. You ask, sir, I don't know what happened. Something happened, sir. Something touched. So outer circle talks about awareness of physical body, pranic, then awareness of mental sheath, and all these are divine energies. And do understand, the vertical system is like a staircase consisting of various levels, ranging from lowest, inconsistent, to the outermost, Satchidananda. That is the bliss. Everybody, Satchidananda. Sat, Chit, Ananda. Sat means constant. Chitta means man. Ananda means happiness. If I can attain something called as Satchidananda, I think I have attained moksha. I'll just come to this. This is the five sheets. Anamaya kosha, pranamaya kosha, manomaya kosha, vijnanmaya kosha, and anandamaya kosha. Anandamaya kosha is something called as bliss. Annamaya kosha, food sheath. Anna, that is food that we see. Pranamaya kosha, you can connect here. Physical, vital. Physical means food that we eat. Vital means prana, pranayama. Then manomaya kosha, mental, education. Then something called as ego, vijnana, intellectual, they're only inner mind. And last is anandamaya, bliss. Yes, there's nothing I need. Saturated. Any saint you talk about, Sai Baba. Any saint you talk about, any saint, Puttaparthi, anybody. Do understand. Interestingly, this last one, as I told you, Vijnanmaya and Anandamaya, that is the only place when you reach, while listening bhajans, you cry. There is nourished by emotions. Sir, how I know? While talking romanch, you feel goosebumps, you feel energized, you feel something has happened. All this is nothing else when you reach to Anandamaya Kosha. When you reach to Vijnanamaya Kosha, that is intellectual. So, starting from Anamaya Kosha, that's not what people say, you are living for eating or eating for living. That's a debatable question. Anamaya, Pranamaya, Manomaya, Vijnanamaya, Anandamaya. Physical, vital, mental, intuition, and bliss. Same thing is there in temple. Somebody was talking about temple architecture. Outer wall, outer parakrama, inner energy well, inner parakrama, pure conscious. That's the reason many people, when they go to temple, many people as they enter, they get goosebumps. When they see the God, they immediately break down. That is what the pure consciousness is. And it is said, yes, while doing this, if you feel tears, while doing this, seeing the God, you get goosebumps. Believe me, your prayers are truly heard. Because you are doing anything very unconsciously, you are not aware of it. It is just happening. It is a part of your system that is happening. That is what Anamaya Kosha, or what you call it as Annamaya Kosha to the Anandamaya Kosha. Same thing exists. I just because I want to tell you about inception, perception, and conception. So I'll tell one thing of all. This, interestingly, now entire Vastu talks about, and now people have made the lot of wealth out of Vastu. This happens, that happens. Please understand. A house, they put water with a lotus. Let me make it very clear here. If you put a water in the center and a flower in the center as a decoration, the lady or the woman in their house will always have a back pain or lower back pain, or will always have a ankle pain. Very common. After that, you keep telling to the doctor, doctor will keep giving you medicine, you keep visiting doctor, nothing. Just change this, you think. That is what the Vastu. Vastu does not mean with color, this and all. Vastu is where energy exists. People says a north. Sir, why north is given for the students? Mercury. Mercury means Buddha. Buddha means knowledge. Why people say yes, Kuber should be in the north? Because that is the time where energy is driven for the flow of energy for the money. I don't want to enter into, yes. For example, fire. South is direction. All the houses, kitchens are south direction. Why it is said? Because that is the place where you talk, yes, your energy should be highest. Food cooked, food eaten in the kitchen will give maximum energy. Northeast, Jupiter and Ketu. Why? That is the reason it is called as the Shankon. That is for the gods. Jupiter is expansion. Ketu is detachment, moksha. What for? That's what people told, not to get moksha, consented. That's the reason. And same plan you can see in Kandariya Mahadev temple. Pranamaya Kosha, Anamaya Kosha, you can see here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You enter Anamaya Kosha to the conscious. And that's the reason when people do parikrama, they do this way only. It is never done reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. You cannot go reverse orientation, clockwise orientation. Same thing is there. And that's the reason you see. All these directions, how your 10 directions are decided. These are the Panch Mahabhutas. In evening, last session of mine, I'll discuss on this 5 elements: space, air, water, earth, fire. If you put something here and there, how displacement will happen, Vata, Pitta, Kapha. Evening, I'll be talking to you. Medicine. The left side corner that you can see the equipments, these were such a sharp equipments used by Sushruta, father of surgery. And traditional school of medicine talks about Ayush. Today we have an organization called Ayush. Ayush talks about Ayurveda, Yoga, Unani, Siddhi, and homeopathy. All this is globally accepted and converges into something called as traditional school of medicines. Now people tell yes, how this synergy happens in Ayurveda, because Ayurveda is the one, as I told you, entire knowledge system is a walk of life. Best example I can give you, COVID was the classical situation. You see globally what was the rampage happened, how much was the death toll. But if that much death toll did not happen in India, yes, my deepest condolences goes with the people who have lost their lives. But why country like India survived with such a huge population, that many casualties did not happen? Because we had something called as very strong kitchen, very strong Ayurveda. We know what for we are taking haladi. I know what for I am taking tulasi. I know why I am putting water to the tulsi. Why I should not touch flower at the night. Why I should not pluck. Everything has a religious meaning. Everything has a scientific logic. That has been written in Ayurveda. Evening I will talk to you in much detail about it. Sushruta Samhita, Charak Samhita. Best way Ayurvedic herbs. I don't know how many of you use on daily basis. Haladi, Karela, Ashwagandha, Tulasi, Triphala, and Trikatu. All these are very much available. Make it in your food. No side effects. You will never have cold, cough, migraine and all. Believe me, that will give you utmost energy. 8 component. Ashtanga Yoga, general medicine, pediatric surgery, ophthalmology, dermatology, toxicology, anti-aging, aphrodisiac. Same thing I have written in Sanskrit here. Shalakya, Kaya Chikitsa, Bala Chikitsa, Vicha Chikitsa, Bhut Chikitsa, Rashayana. All this is there into these Ashta Yoga. What you call it as Ashtanga Yoga of Charak Samhita. Interesting. Hindu calendar. I will leave one question to all of you. How many months we have in English calendar?
12.
12. Which is the 7th month?
February.
7th month. Hindi
July.
calendar I am not talking about.
July.
7th month is July. Interesting. October is 10th month.
Yes.
Oct means what?
8.
8. Nov means? Nov. Nov means? 9.
9,
DEC, DEC means?
10.
Then how come
December 12.
December is 12, November is 9, Oct is 7, Oct is 8? Why it is the 10th month? Understand, there is something between July and August have done something. Go and find the reason. Julius Caesar and Octavian Caesar. I will not tell the years and all. Let me give you some assignment. These two were added. That's the reason in Hindi calendar we have Chaitra, Vaishakha, Jyeshtha. All are 28 days. And if you see Hindi calendar, that exactly falls 364.952 something, which exactly comes to 365 days. And every leap year it becomes 28.252525. That becomes one more day.
That they have removed almost around 10 days from the calendar to arrive at this.
No, that's what my question is. How they did it? I am telling, I am giving you hint also. July and August. Find the answer. July and August were added by something called as Gregorian calendar. Our Hindi calendar never. Hindi calendar is very simple. Chaitra, Vaishak. Every season was having with a festival. How 15 days Amavasya? Why it is waxing and waning of moon? Amavasya, Puranmasi. Everything itself is a very scientific. And do understand what a precision Surya Siddhanta, Aryabhatiya, when they have done, on what basis they have done such a precision they have reached to. Chandra Shastra. Today we talk about binary. And people give dedication to, yes sir, it came in 1605 by Bacon. It was written in 200 BC by Pingala only. And if you start deciphering, those who are people are sitting here with me for CS and all, artificial intelligence, machine learning. If anybody can decode entire Pingala, that itself is a noble work. Give your students these projects. Read one sutra, understand it, and create an algorithm for that. That itself is, and yes, these all are available. I am not telling anything, is from where to find. You go in IKS website, yes, you will get it. All these things are available. For that, not necessarily you should know Sanskrit. If you know Sanskrit, nothing less than that. Number and zero. India is known for decimal system, numerical system, concept of zero, astronomy, astrology, Vedic astronomy, eclipses, solstice, equinoxes. Why 21st June is the longest? Why 22nd December is the shortest? And zero, decimal. That's what there is. Song is also there in a movie, if I'm not wrong, from Pura Paschim. जब जीरो दिया मेरे भारत ने मेरे भारत ने चांद पर हम पहुंच सके जब दशमलव डेसिमल जब दशमलव दिया मेरे भारत ने. Understand what not, where we were, and just because of 200 years of Mughal Empire, everything has been paraphernized. People say, sir, I will leave it one question at last. Hope I'll remember that question. Islamic Arabic mathematician took the idea of Indian mathematics, and Al-Khwarizm is described as the Indian place value. Please understand, this place value was given by them. Isra in his book in the 12th century wrote Book of Number, and he said, yes, of the Indian numerical symbols. Al-Khwarizm, he is the first mathematician outside India it is known for. When I say outside India, do understand it is in Afghanistan. Again, that was a part of India. Don't consider, it is something else. The oldest known text used to decimal place is Loka Vibhaga, dated 458 BC. And this text uses Sanskrit numerical words for digits, such as Sanskrit word to void for zero. They were the first one who used the word Shunya. Now we call it as zero. Shunya is zero. Interestingly, you can see I'm in the mathematics. Pythagoras. This is something interesting. Ayamaya mayamaya gudam vistaram vistaranatu samasya varga moolam yuktyam. A square. Base square plus height square is equal to hypotenuse square. Now we call it as Pythagoras. It has been there already. Sir, who has given this? If you see, it is given in Sulbha Sutra. But it has been much earlier than Pythagoras. Place value system. When we say place value system, we say unit tens, 100,000, 10,000. Here, ekam cha, dasham cha, shatam cha, sahasram, nityam cha, pratyam, kote vardhanam sthanam, dashmam gudam sat. What my thing to you is, don't find anything. I know that side of patch is always greener. But we were the one who deciphered everything. Astronomy, I don't think so anybody can do as precision best as India can. That is the reason any tithi happens, globally, they look towards India. Whether it is Ujjain or Jaipur, all celestial observatories, sundials, wherever you talk, yes, they look from the Indian perspective. Zero meridian. Do understand, even zero meridian is decided by India. That's the reason the place in near Allahabad, a place called Naini, that is the place where the India's that time is considered far. Yes, what is the center point for that? Which is called as zero, Greenwich Mean Time. All this is done. Entire 12 houses. Anybody can tell me why we have 12 houses? In horoscope, we have na Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra, Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. Why we have 12 houses? In Surya Namaskara, how many asans are there in Surya Namaskara?
11.
12. See, that's something. All those numbers have a logic. All those numbers have a logic. Foods, I'll tell this in detail in the afternoon. I don't want to pitch into here. We have all Panch Mahabhutas. When I tell about botany, I'll tell you there. Interestingly, metallurgy, bronze statue of Nataraj, which is in Metropolitan Museum of Arts, still stands very strong. Samudragupta's coin in Garuna pillar, it is made up of gold. And dagger, this is something which is Damascus gold, because it's gone to Damascus, so it is called as Damascus steel. It was engraved here. The first time the extraction of zinc was made by us. And Madhu chest from honeycomb structure, they've started. There they say Madhu chest Avijnanam. From that, you can recover almost 90% of the gold. Wear and tear will be 2% or less than 1%. But now you go to gold merchants, they tell 12% is the wear and tear cost. Making charges. Their making charges only 2%. Think it over the technology. Now, because in the name of technology, what we have done? And they say, yes, nothing can beat dagger steel. Nothing can beat dagger steel, which is made from Damascus. You see how the gold was. It was their first coins in 400, 300 BC. And that's the reason India was called as golden birds. It was not a like joke or something, yes, just out of Vishwarupa or something, just we have fabricated and we have everything, what you call it as, made it very magnanimous. No, we were. From Gandhar to Kuntala to Vanga to Suryasena to Kuru to Kosala to Kashi, everywhere. We were the leaders and we are the leaders, and I am sure we will be the leaders. Knowledge of building. Brihadeshwara temple, I don't think so anybody can go till date their understanding how the technology is, how they have taken 80 tons of roll thing more than 11 kilometers up. And if you see 200 kilometers hakka pakka, there is no granites. What the technology? On what basis they learned interlocking? Nothing. Bamboo irrigation, which is there in Northeast. Nobody knows. If you see in Karnataka, how the water was there, it was being transported through the channels. Everything were into what you call it as Pushkarnis. All lakes were there. How it used to happen. And now we talk about rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting was very much there. Iron pillar in Delhi. People still think void rusting does not happen. Now there is a concept of quenching. Think it over the quenching concept that they have now metallurgy, have learned it. All that was there well existed. Lot of technologies are available which was there. Anybody can tell me which is this temple?
Konark, sir.
Konark. Thank you, sir. Brihadeshwar, I was talking to you. Temple tower having a staggering height of 216 feet. How does this component, 60,000 ton of granite? And if you see something, a kumbham is made up of 80 tons. How it has climbed up? And you don't find anything, man, nearby area you don't find. And it's been, that's the reason it's been UNESCO heritage site. And it's something called as temple tower. It is an emblem of enrichment. Anybody who talks about temple architecture, they will It will remain always untouched without Brideshwara. Entire legacy of entire temple architecture. I'm not saying that is the only one. Please understand. Built by Rajaraj Chol. Think it over what a scientific logic he had. And it is one of the most oldest and the prominent granite temples. Okay. So whenever you want to introduce your IKS into curriculum, holistic learning, contextual relevance, value-based education, sustainability, inclusive, scientific, all should be attached to your SDGs. How you can go for it? Curriculum, interdisciplinary, pedagogical, whether you talk about new education policy, state education policy, anything you do it, everything. TTCs, this is what is one of the capacity building that we are doing it with you. Okay. Coming to an end of it, IKS is in modern education is a fusion of heritage and innovation. Builds responsible, skilled and value-based driven learners and pathway to sustainable. As I told you, Vidya Dadati Vinayam, knowledge imparts humility. Remain very humble. I am not against West. I am not against the foreign. I am very much there with foreign. But thing is, they use judiciously. Honor the sacred. Honor the sacred. Okay? Last, if you want to be counted, you should know what your ancestors have done. Let's nurture it, culture it, thrive it, strive it, and conserve it. Once upon, thanks to MMTTC Mysore for giving me this opportunity that I was able to share with you whatever little knowledge I have. And I hope I have kept the time with that. And thank you once again for the August gathering and listening to me so patiently. Thank you, each one of you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Any questions, if anybody has, I'll be happiest person.
Sir,
to
very
answer.
good morning. Dr. Prashant Tiwari speaking from Dana Sagar University.